Stephen Cheryl with you here, hanging out on a Wednesday morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Let's see what portion of the show is brought to us by Virk's Fine Jewelry, Lafayette's largest and most complete jewelry store. Over 75 years of exceeding expectations in mid-North Indiana. Visit them online at virks.com or at the corner of 18th and Main in Lafayette. Also want to mention our friends over at McDonald's. I'm loving it. Get yourself a double Big Mac today. I think that's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I know I said cereal in support of the cereal, but I have not ever ordered a Big Mac, ever, at McDonald's. So I want to start with the double Big Mac. I want to try it tonight.
Is that the one with Thousand Island dressing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Special sauce.
Sorry.
Lettuce, cheese. And
pickles, onions, and a
sesame seed bun. Yeah, see, you even remembered it better than I did.
2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese.
All right, hold on.
Pickles, onions, and on a sesame seed bun.
Okay, everybody slow down, for goodness sakes. What's happening here? Sorry, I'm messing everything up. You turned you on, and then I turned you off, and then I turned you.
Hello. Having fun and two.
So I was messing up your whole song, though.
I know there's 2 of me.
No. Is there still?
Yeah.
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
I don't either.
What? How is there 2 of you? What in the world is happening here? All right. Well, hopefully.
I know. Just when people said, we really want to clone you, Cheryl.
Really
said nobody ever.
Really too much Chewy now. Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully all you see, everyone else sees is just
one.
2 of us. Yeah. I'm hoping that's all they see from us. For goodness sakes, it's all just crazy. I don't know what's happening here in the world, but anyway, none of that is why you called. So I just realized something. So I'm gonna mess with everybody's world now. So I think I have to bring up the Shaq thing over here. So we want to tell the story about Shaquille O'Neal. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And grab the Kleenex.
Yeah, it's really neat. So just bear with me, because I messed something up here. Everybody just hang on, just slow down. Nobody, hey, don't you worry. It's all good. It's all part of the fun.
You know what I think, Steve? I think being technically challenged, you just disease. You should contact the CDC.
His family
you're like technologically like a superstar.
Yes.
I have come on the show and completely messed that up. So I think you caught whatever illness I have.
No, I just didn't get it all set up ahead of time because. So all right, so radio about radio for 40 seconds.
Yeah.
So I bought a computer that was supposed to be the big plan for doing all of our videos, and apparently I didn't buy the right computer. It didn't have a big enough processor, whatever that means. Okay.
Right.
So then I found out that my laptop that I use for my everyday work has enough of a processor.
Okay.
So I brought that into the studio. So now I have that computer over here, which you guys can all see on video. Then I have another computer in front of me where I can see everything that's going on, but it won't actually play the sound because if I turn the sound on, it all does a loop-de-loop
and it makes that
echoes.
echoing crazy. Yeah.
So I think, don't hold me to it.
We'll know in a minute.
But I think if I do this, it will actually let us play this. I think
I'm singing.
Right. So now I just got to change the audio so that it picks it up from within the computer, I believe.
Cool.
I think.
Tonight, a big update on the Texas teen who is playing football in his socks. His family can't find size 22 cleats. Well, tonight, thanks to generous San Antonio Souls, there was a Shaq-size surprise that KENS 5 did help put on. And yes, that means Shaquille O'Neal answered the call. KENS 5's John Coker shows us how people stepped up to make some good things happen.
A few weeks ago, a mother named Tiffany McGee took to social media and searched for a pair of size 22 cleats for her 14-year-old son. Yes, you heard me right. Joseph Gamez is a gentle giant standing at 6'9", 395 pounds. He's an honor roll freshman student with athletic dreams bigger than his footprint. But without the proper gear, all that potential will be sitting on the bench. Ken's 5 called in our friends at SA Threads and did this story to help him out. Many of you blew up the comments section calling on one man who's walked in Joseph's shoes before. Not long after, the phone rang, and then this happened.
What's up, Shaq?
You looking for me, brother?
I was looking for you, man.
What's going on?
Well, I'm trying to help this kid out.
You know what we're doing, but I can't get cleats right away. But I can get all the shoes and clothes you need. I can get that sent right away.
The way it's working right now, he's playing in socks. So if we can at least get him some shoes, I think that could work.
Call me back in 20 minutes and I'll get a box sent out right now.
Appreciate you. I'll hit you back.
All right, brother.
Way to walk it
Shaq's gonna help us out.
Wow.
The Shaq box is here. Uncle Shaq sent us a box for our buddy Joseph. I'm about to go show him what's up.
We invited Joseph and his family to Ken's 5 for a VIP tour of the building. He met some familiar faces, hosted a mock newscast with his sister, and then we took him in studio to make some good things happen.
Now, what position do you play in football?
I play left tackle and nose.
How are you doing that in socks?
I can't find any cleats or like just anything to wear during practices.
He just outgrew his last pair of cleats, and he was like, well, I can still practice. And I'm like, how? In your socks? He's like, yeah.
Well, maybe we can help. There are people all over the country that have been wanting to help. A lot of people in San Antonio that want to help, and as a matter of fact, a few people in the building that want to help.
Can someone say good things are happening?
We're all here today because we want to let you know, listen, Joseph, we want to let you know we believe in you. Heard your story. We know this has been tough, but you don't got to walk through this by yourself.
We brought what we have from the shop. We brought clothes for you, Joseph. We brought clothes for your sisters as well. So I have a local company in town called Texas Fabrication. They already purchased a size 22 running shoe, and it's on their way. And then I got in touch this morning with a company called Custom Cleat, and they said they can put cleats on any tennis shoe. I had a nice lady in Virginia call me, and she got your sizes, and she's mailing all this athletic wear, so you have new clothes to practice football in.
I have Stephon Diggs from the Bills that's going to pay for that. So you might have a few cleats that you're gonna have. So
good friend of mine, Thomas Hollywood Henderson, played for the Dallas Cowboys. He believes in you. He said, I want to buy this young man the cleats that he needs to play football.
Really glad to help you. I heard about your story, and yeah, we're gonna hook you up.
Hey, what's up, big guy? How you doing? You just wanted to call and say what's up to you. That's it. Keep balling out. I'll see you again in the future.
We can't thank you enough. I can't explain like how hard it's been.
We got one more surprise for you. You ready?
Hello, Miss Tiffany. What's up, Joseph? How you doing, brother? I heard your story, and Ken reached out to me, a couple other friends, so I sent you about 10 pair of shoes. I'm gonna take care of you. I don't have any football cleats, but I got all the other stuff you need. I sent you some shoes. I sent you some dress shoes. I sent you some slip-ons, so whatever you need, Ken knows how to get in contact with me. You ain't never got to worry about nothing. Make sure you always listen to your mama. I'm from San Antonio. You're from San Antonio. I'm always make sure you're straight. Love you guys. All right. Love you guys.
That's what San Antonio is all about.
Wow. Crazy. To get this back to normal for us. Uh-huh. All right. Yeah. No crying. No crying in Tuieville.
No, it just brings me back to the single mom days where you try your hardest, but it's doing it by yourself is really difficult. And then he's got a 22. I mean, a size 22. You can't just walk into Nordstrom's to buy them.
Right.
And now this kid loves the sport so much he's running around in socks. Yeah, that was great story.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible, and just love to see that. Now, I know Shaq is the one getting the PR for all this, and he did help out. He did a great thing. He went in his closet, he sent him a bunch of clothes. But the way that community came around, and they jumped on social media and got the word out. So that, I mean, Shaq is the biggest name, but Stephon Diggs on the Bills is a big-time player. The guy from the Cowboys. I mean, all these other sports figures and community members. I mean, this woman with the clothing shop that went and ordered these things from Custom Cleats to make sure you can get cleats for that size. And just all fantastic stuff. So it's so cool when community comes together. You know,
and I doubt they thought, oh, this story's going to go viral. They thought they'd get the kid a pair of cleats, is what they probably thought. They didn't know it turned into Shaq, and then Shaq calling the local guy on his phone. I mean, it just, I mean, it's just, it's beautiful when people spread kindness, and then it just, they told two friends and they told two friends and so on and so on and so on, you know?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's one of the things that I love about the radio station and this community is like when we can do things like that, we can pull it all together. I mean, that's what, like we talk about today is Tuieville Day, and that started as a silly radio show name, but it's really now become like, it's a community. It's our I don't want to say fake community. It's our virtual community. Yeah, virtual community. It's not a physical place, but it's in our minds. But it's this idea that we're all together in it. So I love that. So all right.
Except for the woman who actually thought you had a lot of nerve to come into this city.
That was so funny.
This is Rensselaer. This is not Tuieville.
So when I started doing this show on WLQI, I used to do the weather and would say, you know, it's sunny and blah, 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 and high of 50 and all that stuff. And right now it's 70 degrees here in Tuieville. And after doing that for a couple of weeks, the radio station started getting a few calls going, who does he think he is? He can't just change the name of the town. It's Rensselaer. He can't just change the name. Who is he to do that? I'm like, no. I wasn't trying to change the name of the town. First of all, this may come as a surprise to everyone listening where they're at, but the radio signal goes a far way out. It's not just in Rensselaer. It goes to all kinds of communities, and by the way, now on the World Wide Web. Streaming on WLQI977.com, streaming on 981WIBN.com. So also, we're on video all over the world on YouTube. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, plug-a-rooski. So,
and our home is in Rensselaer.
It's all over the place. It's all
we love it. We both live here.
Right. But I'm just saying, it's a community thing.
Yeah.
So it goes far and wide. So that said, this is the only place that happens. So I going back to today, you know, kind of bringing the show full circle. I started Tuieville in Ottawa, Illinois. And I used to play, you know, those little funny bumper things that would come in and out of the songs with and stuff like that. And one of them said, it was from 1989's Batman with Jack Nicholson, and it said, "This town needs an enema." And it said, "Welcome to Tuieville. This town needs an enema." Meaning Tuieville. Like, that's the funny thing.
So people got mad at you in Ottawa?
I got called in the general manager's office after my show, and he goes, "Did you say this morning that Ottawa needs an enema?" And I go, "No." Now, I had gotten into trouble because when I was younger, I was a little more not so cuckoo on the radio. Like, I was not shock jock, but I would push the envelope.
Yeah.
So
it's all in jest and fun.
It is for me. It is. It's all. I'm always just having fun. So there was threats of severe weather coming, and I was doing an afternoon show, and I wasn't really paying attention to the weather because it was just me in a room by myself. And again, there were no windows to the outside from where I was at, so I was just having fun. We do the weather every half hour on the radio station. We had just gotten done with the news. News was like 20 minutes long there. So I'm just doing my silly little show. This guy calls in and he's like, maybe instead of your jokes, and I just answered the phone live on the air back then.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, you know, welcome to the Steve Dewey Show. How you doing? So, and he goes, maybe instead of worrying about all your silly music and your jokes and stuff, we should concentrate on the weather. I go, do you want to know what the weather is? He goes, yes. I go, look out your window. And I hang up. So I got in a little trouble for that because there was severe weather going on, and you know, it wasn't that long after severe weather had hit Utica, which was close by there. So I got in a little trouble for that. So it wasn't that odd that I would get called into the principal's office, which is also, you know, your general manager's office. So this time I was like, wait a minute. I didn't say anything like that on the radio. I'm like, that's not me. And then I realized what he was talking about. I go, time out. So I go, I get the thing, the file, send it to him. He plays it, and it's, sit down, needs an enema. And we just burst out laughing. And I'm like, I told the whole story on the air the next day. Back then, I lived my whole life on the air. I went right on the air, and I was like, time out. Someone got mad about this, and I gotta put this on there. So it's funny that it's just reminding me of today being Tuieville Day, and I said that I was gonna, you know, maybe, perhaps, possibly, probably not start doing the podcast. But now I figured out with the start of the show and this end of the show, that'll make for a nice little shorty podcast today about Tuieville Day.
Yeah.
So I want to tell a quick story about. Because, like I said, over the years, I would get into trouble. The general managers and program directors would tell me, stop doing that, don't do that. You know, very rarely would they have your back. And in Ottawa, Jay was my program director, always had my back. I came up with outrageous ideas, and he loved it. Like, I came up with a promotion for the radio station with the animal crackers I talked about earlier. You'll have to go back in the podcast and listen to that. So I also when Martha Stewart was in prison,
Jail.
his co-host was like a Martha Stewart, like president of the fan club. She loved Jay's co-host.
Got it.
Loved Martha Stewart.
Okay.
So we called in. From the studio across the hall, pretending to be from the Martha Stewart fan club, surprising her and asking if she would donate, because what we were trying to do was bake a giant cake and put a file in it so she could break out of prison. We did all this on the air. Now Jay could tell right away it was me and Andy Heaven, but she could not. She was like, "Oh, I don't know if I agree with that you're doing this whole thing." She was just a sweet lady. Yeah,
be an accessory to the crime.
It was so funny. So speaking of my general manager having my back, so when Kanye West went on in the middle of the 9/11 thing, no, this is way back. 9/11. When they did an, I'm sorry, not 9/11. It was Hurricane Katrina. And they were doing. He was on with Mike Myers. They were just doing this like telethon.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Okay, so they did this huge telethon for Katrina, and he went on and said George Bush hates black people. Like, and you could just see Mike Myers going,
oh God.
Shrek, Funny Wayne's World. So really threw them all off. So I was on the air and I was saying, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a big pile. I was trying to recreate Disco Demolition. Like, everybody bring their CDs to Kanye. We'll bust them up on the air and we'll bring one in. You know, I was having some fun with it. One of the sponsors, Kanye person, said that I was sent Kanye, and I'm like, I'm not stopping him from making these. So here's how my general manager had my back. By the time the show was over, she called the general manager and canceled all of her efforts on the radio show. And he said, no problem. Here's the thing. If you ever want to come back on, we're going to double your rate. So you're welcome to stop. But as a punishment, if you want to come back on, because they were huge fans of the show. So it was just an example of him having my back. He said, okay, fine, no problem. Because that's not what he was doing. You're welcome to, you know, but you're one person. Wasn't the business owner. She was the marketing person. You're one person. If you decide, that's fine. But here's your punishment. You're going to have to pay double rate to come back on. So, and I remember when he told me that, I was like, wow, that's crazy. That said, I called her up and said, stop it, that's not what I said. You listen to this every day, you know that's not what I was saying. And I talked it out. But yeah, it was, she did that. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, okay, to have my back that way was really pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
all right, we got to wrap up on 98 Gold. We'll be back in a little bit on the Q for the pizza quiz, and we will end on a high note.